Dr. Adah Obekpa. Speaking to you from Central Park in New York. What's your name, sir?
Kadir.
Kadir. Okay. You live in New York?
Yeah, I live in New York. Yeah.
How long have you lived in New York?
About 12 years.
12 years. Where are you from?
From the Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire. So how do you like New York City?
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Okay. Is electricity every day here?
Yeah, every day.
Has there ever been power failure since you've been here?
Powerless, blackout.
Yeah, blackout.
Once.
Once. In
Yeah.
12 years.
In 12 years, that was in 2000. I don't remember exactly, but it was a blackout. But only once.
So what do you do in New York?
I work here, I live here, and I'm also looking to go back to school.
Go back to school. Okay. You have children?
No.
When was the last time you were back in Ivory?
12 years.
12 years?
Since I came out, I didn't go back yet. I said 12 years since I came out, I didn't go back yet.
So what made you move to New York City?
Actually, my uncle, I already have some families here.
Yeah.
So then I spoke to my mom and they thought it was, I was a little younger, so they thought it was a better, opportunity for me to come here and stay here. I can work, try to go back to school, but I can save some money, like we all do.
Yeah, send some money back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not exactly that, but it's also good for me.
Oh, okay.
To be the experience and everything is also good for myself. Yeah.
Do you hope to go back to Africa someday?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. Do you think Africa can work the way New York works? That will have electricity 24 hours a day?
Definitely. I think we could definitely. Me and my friend talk about it every day. I think we have all the potential and everything. We got the human resource, we have the natural resource, we got everything to make Africa work as much as the United States, Europe, even better.
So why do you think it doesn't work?
It doesn't work because our leaders are the ones that are destroying us and they're destroying everything that we have. Our leaders are not very, I would say that, I'm trying to put the proper word for it. Are the main problem of the African nation.
The leaders.
Yeah.
So do you believe that Africa can work like New York City or like America?
Yes, 10 times better. We have the human resource, we have the natural resource, we have everything to make it work.
And why do you think things don't work in Africa?
Well, as I hear one day in CNN, Anderson Cooper says that our own natural resource is also our curse. And the leaders that's been placed there also, by you know what I'm talking about, are the main reason why Africa is behind. And I don't think, I strongly believe that if we get together and we're conscious about our future and know our history, where we come from, we can make it work. And anybody in this world knows that.
All right. So you believe that if young Nigerians, Cote d'Ivoireans, and other Africans like you, who've lived in New York, lived in other cities in America and in Europe, and I've learned a lot about how the society works. Mm-hmm. If we get together and we decide to go back home, we can make Africa as great, if not greater than America?
Yes, but yes, we can do it, but it's gonna take a lot of fight and a lot of struggle, because stuff that we can say here about how we can change our countries and about our leaders, we can't say that back home. They might try to kill us, they might try to do certain things because it doesn't advantage them. It's not good for them. Some of them are corrupt. They're just there to make money, take care of their people. They don't care. You see the example, Nigeria, part of the OPEC, but when you look at the country itself, it doesn't look like it's part of the OPEC. You understand the structure and everything else. You go to Dubai, they got as much oil as Nigeria, but look at Dubai and look at how they evolve, or the Arabian country, and look at Nigeria. So there's so much corruption inside our government, inside Africa. That's what makes Africa behind. But if we're all conscious enough to understand that we must work for our people, work for the future of our nation, we can be as industrial as the United States, France, China, or whatsoever, and be even greater than them. Every machine that they make, airplane, all this stuff, all come from Africa. So what's the problem?
All right. So you have this strong conviction. Do you have friends who think like you and think that this is possible back home?
All of us think the same thing. Even our leaders knows that. All of us, we talk about, even today we was talking about it. We talk about it every day.
Okay. I'm starting a movement, and I'm traveling around America. I'm going to go to Europe, all around Nigeria and Africa, to get young people to rise up, for us to take our future and our destiny in our hands, to make sure that we can turn Africa into a continent that works again.
Yep.
And as you know, you've lived there for 12 years, so you know it's possible. People like you are the ones that run the subway.
Yeah.
That work as cops. That build buildings like this.
Yep.
So we definitely can recreate the same thing back home.
Oh, we can recreate it the same thing. The African history have said that for itself since the time of Egypt, all the writing, the readings, the discovery of iron, metal, you know, the wheel, everything come from where we come from. So we have a nation of very, very, very knowledgeable nation. But I believe our history also has been hidden from us because of the miseducation of Europeans coming to us and telling us about our own history. We first have to learn about ourselves, where we come from, and I think from there we can evolve.
All right, and that's the essence of the African Renaissance.
Yeah.
Renaissance Network Africa. The need for us to tell our own history.
To tell our own history,
And
that's
the need
number
for
one.
us to learn about who we are.
And who we are. That's
Then we
the
can
first.
know where we're getting to.
That's the first.
And the need for us to learn about who we are
Who we are, yes.
and be able to tell and write our own history.
Telling right down our own history.
And we can build those great pyramids again.
We can build this great pyramids
Of
again.
granules, of yam, of maize, of corn.
Yes. We can
And
do it.
build great institutions of knowledge back
Oh
then.
yes, we can do it. Timbuktu was there before the Europeans even got there, so why can we do it again? It's one of the first universities in the world. It was an empire of Mali. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Yeah.
So, and you say you've been speaking with a lot of your friends.
I've been speaking to a lot of my friends. That's what we talk about, you know, I mean, most of them are Keynesians, you know. Some people are just here to make money, they don't care. You understand? They just want to make money and go back home. You understand? But I think it's a good thing, but I think it's also, I think that we also got to take the knowledge and look around and say, okay, we can do the same thing and try to bring this knowledge back home and try to share it with others and say, look, what's going on here. You know, we don't need to live in this poverty. We don't need to be behind. We can build the same computer, the same airplane. We can be as much as industrial. We just got to work. We got everything right then and there. We just got to work together. You understand? Bring some real democracy and understand each other, tolerate each other. You know, because we are different tribes, and I think it will work.
All right. Can you now talk to the millions of youths back in Africa, in Nigeria and Ivory Coast, that your dream is possible, and that they can all rise up and join this movement?
Yes, the dream is possible. We can all rise and accomplish anything we can as a nation, as an African nation. As we get together, this dream is possible. But it's impossible as long as that we don't really, us ourselves don't get up and do something for us, because people will not come from elsewhere, from Europe or China, to help us. They will be there to gain something from us, and the rest they don't care. We ourselves got to get up and work for what's good for us, not for anybody else.
All right. It's a great inspiration, actually, meeting and talking to you.
Thank you very much.
I've decided to join that movement, and I've lived in the U.S. for 9 years.
9 years.
I'm a doctor. I've studied, and I've worked here as a doctor. And I believe that it's time for us to go back home and try to build the kind of hospitals that exist here, the kind of roads that are here,
Well,
the kind of
I
institutions
wanna
that are here.
I wanna actually come say, are we do this at every time that when we get up, because I get angry sometimes, and we try really hard. We have seen leaders throughout the whole continent. We try very hard to build something, do the right thing, and then they get killed. Why?
Well,
People who wants to do the right thing for the continent.
you can kill a leader, But you can't kill an idea whose time has come.
That's true.
There are millions of young people all over Africa, of African descent, who are in Europe and in America, who are thinking about the same thing. You say you talk to your friends and they're all talking about the same thing. So the time has come for this change to happen. They can kill a few, but they can't kill an idea.
They can kill an idea.
You know, so an
That's the
idea
right
that its
answer.
time has come cannot be killed. So we shouldn't let any doubt or fear stop
Fear.
us from making this change. Because we're already dying every day.
That's true.
We're alive, but we're dead if we can't go back home. We're dead if our dreams cannot come alive. You know, so I'm not afraid of that. You know, I believe strongly in this change, and I believe that there are enough of us, and there's a huge army, and that this change is going to happen.
Definitely. And I believe that it change out. Maybe not in my lifetime, but I believe strongly that if we work on it, you know, slowly, little but surely, people will start. I think back home even people understand, you know, even people back home today understand little by little that there's something we can achieve. We can create a dream for ourselves, but we don't have to travel so much and be in front of English embassy, American embassy, crossing the ocean and swimming, jumping walls and get caught by barbed wire. By seeing everything on TV, and millions of young Africans dying on those borders every day, and it really, really destroyed my heart. And for us, for us to save the next generation, it's our duty to go back home and maybe talk and say, hey, we can make it happen here. And then we can be a real nation and gain back our dignity.
Anyway, I've decided to go back home, and hopefully you'll come join us.
Hey man,
and we can make
me
this
too.
thing happen.
Me too. I
Right.
definitely want to go home and have some talks too,
Right.
and try to help and see, you know, what we can do. But the continent definitely can change one day. What go down must come back up one day, no matter what.
It's nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you, brother.
And we'll make this African Renaissance possible.
Yeah, it will.
Thank
okay.